Hello, hello. So this is actually a little bit of a trial for Talent Source AI. Um, I'm trying the first time to really use it on the sales side to qualify leads instead of qualifying candidates, but it should work pretty much the same way. So most people don't know about Talent Source AI. When I built it initially, Clay was more or less the front end for it. So I didn't have actually a UI. You could only use it as an API integrated into Clay. So even though there is now obviously a front end and more people can use it, not only Clay users, I still think people or recruiters who are using Clay already are a very good fit for using Talent Source AI because they have an understanding about how data can really help with finding leads and finding candidates. So I think they would be a great fit. So how to find recruiters that are using Clay? And one way is, I think, looking at events. So I found an event online on LinkedIn, Clay AI for recruiters, hosted by the agency Blueprint. So shout out here, thank you for hosting this. And then I went ahead and downloaded the list of attendees, assuming that there should be a bunch of recruiters in there I might want to reach out to. So I downloaded, scraped the list, and then downloaded as a CSV. And then I set up a Sourcer briefing in Talent Source AI. You see it's version number 6. I iterated a little bit about it, over it, and this is what I ended up with. So I'm looking for people who are not working at the company that hosted the event, because the messaging I'm planning to use is more like you attended the event, right? You did. So I want to filter those out that are hosting it. Then I'm interested in people that are working at recruitment agencies, a headhunting company, or executive search firm. I don't want to talk to people or approach people right now who are consulting those companies. So there might be also a lot of people in there actually that are implementing Clay or helping recruitment agencies with Clay and so on. So I'm not interested in reaching out to those people. I want to get in touch with the people working at recruitment agencies. And I'm also just interested in the people that are located in the US, Canada, UK, or Australia. And ideally, it would be nice if they actually currently have a leadership position. So with that being set up and the CSV downloaded, all that is left for us is to actually upload it into our Talent Source AI tool here. And now all those, I think it's 304 profiles we're going to analyze now are being lined up. And then for each of those LinkedIn profiles, we're pulling a bunch of data points, the LinkedIn profile itself, but also like data about the current and past employers, doing some like from multiple sources, doing some additional research via some autonomous agents and so on. And then all of that data is being used to basically go over this checklist, right? And come to a conclusion which requirements are fulfilled and which ones are not fulfilled. And yeah, we can look into it, like all those are lined up now here. And we're starting to analyze them. And this obviously also is not happening immediately, depending on how many past and current employers a person has. It takes a little bit more time or less time. I think on average right now, it takes like 1 to 2 minutes per profile to be analyzed. And then we obviously can analyze a bunch of profiles in parallel, right? So let's see how long it will take now for us to analyze those 304 profiles. Can refresh. The first ones are probably already coming in. Yeah, so there we have already like the first first results coming in. So here, for example, if you look at this profile, it's found at Cascade Talent Partners, a staffing and recruiting company. So perfect, not working here. And this person is based in Idaho. And it's founder, right? So has actually a leadership role. So perfect lead for us to get in touch with. And let's see, we're just gonna let it finish, I think, and then come back to it and look at the results together. All right, so while the last results are coming in here now, so this took 5 minutes to analyze those 300 profiles. Right now, in this case, maybe some additional notes on like what kind of data we're actually looking at. It's now a pretty simple source briefing, to be honest, because we don't go very deep, but we actually pull a bunch of data also on those past and current employers, so including like funding history and like what are actually the key products and services. So obviously we could go into way more detail, right? Like, so for example, here on like, we could even niche it down, right? Like we only want to talk to people that are recruiting tech talent, or we are only looking for, I don't know, companies who have raised so and so much money. And so like we can go very deep because we're actually researching a lot of context about those past employers. And also like, I don't know, we figuring out like at what was the funding, what seats, like what funding stage was the company at while the person was actually working there and stuff like that. So you can get actually pretty detailed in terms of what kind of research and requirements you want to put down. So in this case, we started with those 304 candidates, filtered out a bunch of no fits for different reasons. So is this one here? Marketing service. Okay, cool. All right, let's just filter out actually the no fits. So that leaves us there with 219, starting again 304. So a bunch of people that weren't relevant. And then we still have those C candidates. So those by definition have all the must-haves but are lacking the nice-to-haves. It's just only one in our case. So they are not in a leadership position. If we filter those out as well, we are left with 186 people. And maybe actually for this campaign, I'm just going to focus on those. Or do I also want to target people working at recruitment agencies are not in a leadership position? Actually, yeah. I mean, in this case, yes, because they clearly showed that they are interested in this topic of using AI for recruitment. So I think they actually might also be good people to reach out to. So I'm gonna stick with those 219 people. And what I'm just gonna do now is I'm gonna export the CSV. I'm getting an email in a few seconds with a CSV. I can then upload into Clay and basically just create some messaging maybe based on the specific things I analyzed here. So I could, for example, use that as a starting point also to maybe craft some personalized messages, or I simply just going to reference the event they attended. Maybe I just do that to keep things easy. But yeah, so this is a cool way how you can also leverage Talent Source AI to analyze leads, not necessarily just candidates. So I thought I'd give this a shot and share how that works with you.